So here I am, Logan, Utah. It's snowing. Going to the airport. This is my hotel behind me. Normally this is an hour and like maybe 30 minutes to the airport. It might be a little longer because of the snow. You got to go over a little, it's not really a pass, but you do go up a little higher. So leaving a little early. Hopefully I'm leaving early enough. I just saw a headline saying the FAA is having some problems today with flights. My flight still says it's on time, so we'll see. It's supposed to board at 8:10 a.m., so let's get going. Don't have a lot of time to waste. This is my rental van, so let's go. Just to give you a little update on what this looks like, I'm not even to that pass yet, and as you can see, it's coming down pretty good. The sign says chains, four-wheel drive advised, traction devices advised, and this van, from my experience yesterday in the little limited snow I went in, is horrible. I mean, it is like, it's front-wheel drive, but the traction is really bad. Just to show you how quickly things change, temperature is now down to 29 degrees. We've climbed a decent amount. This doesn't get much higher, but it, as you can see, the snow is just blowing over us. The ice, the roads are ice covered. Okay, this will probably be the last video I make, but you can see they're plowing the road right there. This is pretty much near the top of this pass. The worst thing about this is like all the traffic and all the cars, because they'll start hitting their brakes when they don't need to, and everybody has to stop or slow down, and you're just like, oh geez. So I go into low mode, so I don't even use my brake. That's the idea, at least. So we're just cruising at about 40 miles an hour or so. Alright, just returned my rental car. The last video I was leaving, with the snow and all that, that was probably the worst of it. There's people doing a news report. That's what they do when there's bad weather and the FAA has problems, I guess. I don't know if you can see them, but it's right there in the middle. Actually, because they say all these problems with the FAA, let's go check. I mean, most of these things say on time. Yeah, look at that. It's not too bad. I'm going to put a screen capture up. I look at all the flights to Denver. Mine's 56:41 apparently, B12. It says on time. Oh, see, these are news reporters. They were doing a little news report here. But it's all over, so it's everybody is here. Here's another little news report set up. That's the guy I originally saw doing a news report. Obviously that's the camera guy. Who knows where his reporter is? Probably getting a Starbucks, right? So talent does. Oh, hey, here's the breaking news. FAA outage causes massive flight disruption. Massive, just massive. You saw all the massive disruptions it was causing here. Oh man, I love the video. That's the way to get through these long walks to the B terminal. Ride a suitcase, kids. Okay, went and got water, and while I was doing that, I was looking at this flight. This one, it says, when I was walking by it, I noticed it said scheduled 7 a.m. So I'm like, that's not my flight. That's a delayed flight. All right, so I got a little update from our gate agent. Even though all these flights say they're on time, they're really not. Like my flight, we're supposed to start boarding in like, what's the time here? 8:06, 8:10, 8:15. Not happening. The previous flight's still sitting there. The gate agent said that there was a flight, Frontier flight, that's going somewhere. It's been pushed back an hour ago. It still hasn't taken off. So there's like 70,000 flights delayed right now. Big problems. So I underestimated the severity of this, because you look at that and it really doesn't look that bad. You're just like, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. But these flights are not taking off, and so people are starting to wait, and they're going to start talking to the. I'm surprised he just doesn't make an announcement. Okay, so they switched us from B12 to B14. So in theory, this is our new flight, or our new gate. This page is having a problem, is what those monitors say. All right, so they just sent me an email saying they're boarding my flight. I just want to show you all the flights that are delayed. Now that I know that all those things that are in yellow, those are all flights Sometimes you'll see they're not off by much. Sometimes they're off by a couple hours, like this Los Cabos. It was supposed to be 11:51, now it's 1:30. But yeah, a lot of delays today. Not very many cancellations, just delays. Here's another one. As you see, this is like 3-hour delay, 2-hour delay, 1 hour, 45 minutes, whatever, hour 10. So yeah, time to go get on my flight. All right, boarding. Here we go, Denver. Hey Mason, hey Camden. Lovely water. You see the mountains.
It's unlikely, but if cabin gets hard.
So this is my flight. We were 51 minutes late landing, and I'm going to pull up the FlightAware flight path. And when you look at this right here, look at all that moisture, these storms that are coming in off of California. That's all that, what they're calling the, I believe, an atmospheric stream or something. So that's what all the rain and heavy rains, even some of the snow that we were getting in Salt Lake City, and that when I was driving into the airport, that was all part of that. And this flight, you can tell we're kind of all over the place with our speed. It was kind of weird. Could definitely feel it. And because this was such a crazy day, I wanted to pull up, Plane Finder, which I don't do much anymore, and just show you at the different times in the morning here how little air traffic was going on here. And so I'm just looking at this every 30 minutes, and you can see how dead it is in the air. For the United States, this is like nothing in the air. So you can definitely tell there was a full ground stop that was going on. Obviously, some planes that were still in the air before this happened, they could still remain flying, so that wasn't a big deal for them. But as time goes on here, now you can see things are back up and working, and they're able to get flights off the ground because there's a lot more flights in the air. So I thought that was really cool to look at, just the different times on this. And if you want to look at this at all, you can look on planefinder.net and just type in the time and the date up there, and you can see exactly what I'm looking at here. And it's pretty cool. So this is my flight that I took, just Salt Lake City to Denver. And what I thought was interesting about this flight, this is one of the reasons why I don't use Plane Finder much. It just doesn't always have all the information for the flights. But if you saw on this flight, like, we went up into Wyoming just like for no reason at all. It looks like we just went up there and then we came back down, then we landed, and everything was fine. So enjoy the rest of the video.
I gate checked that bag though, so I'm gonna wait here for it. Super cloudy landing. Didn't know how close we were until I could see the land. Wonder how many of these are delayed. Yeah, look at that. Just delayed here. Almost every flight. There's some on times. Alright, so this is customer service.
Assignment or what?
If you ever need to call or do anything with the flight, you gotta call United. Never wait in these lines.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. It's a crazy day. Not many times the FAA grounds all flights for a couple hours, but that's what happened today. And then also went through a lot of snow. Landing here, there's snow. So yeah, even though Salt Lake City airport was probably like the nicest weather there was.
Here's my car, and hey, as always, take flight.